welcome to Recorder on the Wall, where we are covering all the Redwall books, the long ones and the very short ones. I'm Katie.
I'm Drew.
I'm Scars.
I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Pete. And welcome back, folks, to probably the shortest single book we are ever going to cover.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to actually look to verify this, but I think the third act of the original Redwall book is longer than this. So... well, it's... Yep. And thankfully, all of us are happy that it is so short.
Yes.
God. I don't want another 2-hour episode.
The last two have been so long. And I've been crying on our bandwidth when we're going. Our episodes end up over 100 megabytes.
Oh yeah.
Your poor computer's memory.
That's not my computer memory. I'm more worried about our media host, Jellycast. Who, if you're an aspiring podcaster, and no, this wasn't solicited, folks, they're not a bad place to start because it's $25 pounds, and on this as a one-time cost. They're British, and yeah, it's 25 gigs a month.
This episode of Recorder on the Wall brought to you by... Oh, sorry.
No. Brought to you by Very Tired Labor Day Recording.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Where did we leave off? What happened when we on our last episode of Mossflower?
Were you about to say Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, that's the joke. That's the joke.
Yes, it ended with Martin giving an inspiring speech about how he will win and stuff, and everybody cheered. I don't know if everyone actually cheered, but in my head, everybody cheered.
Except for Bella, who was crying in the back, like, my dad's dead.
Yeah, poor Bella.
Suck it up.
Oh, ow! Oh, wow.
Okay.
Drew never become a grief counselor. Stop crying, darn it.
Or do, because I don't think there's ever been a counselor that has done that. So
Let's hope not.
the new thing.
So yes,
Millennial
when we
grief
left
counseling.
Well, we might need some before the book is over. I read Jeremy's notes, so I know it's spoilers here.
Spoilers.
So, when we left off, Martin not only... tell me if this sounds familiar. He's got a bunch of shrews gathered to him. He's got woodlanders in an army, and they're about to take down a mad tyrant in their fortress.
Oh, deja vu.
No, I've never heard of this before.
Lord of the Rings.
That, according to Martin, that never happened.
Oh, right. And according to publishing orders, that didn't happen either.
Right. So it's like reverse deja vu. Or something.
So. But yes, they're out to take down Sarminia and take down Kotir. And as we pick open the book, we're literally told that, hey, that flooding plan, it's working.
Hey.
And Sarmina's like, the dripping is gone. That means all my problems have left. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Yep.
Hey, Brog, you want to dig some pits for me?
Oh, Brog. I kind of feel sorry for him in a way.
I do too.
Because he's just so incredibly dumb.
And loyal.
Yeah.
Stupid, but loyal.
Which, considering how many of her officers were either deliberate backstabbers, have deserted, or are dead.
Or threatening to desert.
She kind of needs loyalty at the moment. I just wish it was smart loyalty.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
and
that's
she
because
doesn't
all the smart.
appreciate it.
Well, that's because the smart ones are either dead or left.
That's
Yeah. Or eaten by the eagle. Well, not eaten. Killed. I wouldn't call the hero Stoat from the very book one smart.
No. He was also kind of dumb.
Clud.
Oh, yeah. There, let me find the otter hand in hand.
Yeah.
You can float like one. I'll say that. So yeah, Sarmenia's biggest plan now is she's going to have her soldiers dig pits out in the middle of the forest to trap the Woodlanders. Because it's not like they have, a spy or squirrels can't watch them do it and make note of where they are.
Yeah, I really doubt any of them are going to fall for the old bent sapling trick.
Yeah.
With a little noose on it. Like, I just see, like, one of the otters or squirrels looking at it, just, like, laughing, shaking their head, and walking away.
It's pretty clear that Sarmina's sanity has degraded substantially.
Yeah.
Very.
I mean, at this point, she's, like, bipolar to a fault. She's the sound has stopped, so she's in almost a high, and she's acting rather strangely happy, and it just seems so out of place for her.
She's been steadily going nuts throughout the whole book. I mean, she shot a weasel and thought it was Gingerbeer in disguise.
Yes.
And we've seen crazy bad guys before, and to be fair, all of the bad guys we face, they all have those last moments of, everything's falling apart. But only Slagar before this that we've actually covered has been well and truly nuts. So, and we never saw his decline, he was nuts. He was calculated, but he was nuts. So Armenia's her fall into madness here, it's almost Lady Macbeth-like, I want to say.
A little bit. And I was just thinking, like, I kind of compare her to her uncle, Ungat because she seems to have the same, like, superiority complex. Like, these animals will easily fall for my traps because they are not smart, and I am the only one who is smart because I am a superior species.
Look at who she's surrounded by.
Yeah.
Yeah. She might think that the Woodlanders are as dumb as her own soldiers.
Yeah.
Like, I could see her soldiers getting caught by their own traps while trying to set them up.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And there's no Vermin HR now to fill out the paperwork for that.
Please cut me down.
Yep.
But over at the Woodlanders, we actually see them being tactically smart. They're like, hey, those kids, let's not leave them in Brock Hall. Let's send him to the Gingerbeer and his wife. So,
and we find out that Martin's famous armor actually was Timbalisto's.
Yeah, what?
Timbalisto?
Yeah, Timbalisto. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I always thought.
That came out of nowhere.
Like,
armor.
It's like,
hey,
where did I found some old armor in the ship. I think this was mine. Here, have it.
Yeah, where did Timmy get this? Internet?
eBay. Found it on eBay.
Certainly not
Mossflower
two fairies
Prime.
wish it up, but yeah.
Mossflower Prime. You get it in 2 days.
Okay, that was good. But I mean, no, literally, where did Tim get this? Because
it said it was It said it was his old armor that he found on the ship. So he must have had it before he was captured, and then when he was captured, rats just kept it around.
Okay, I'm not denying that, but Luke in Luke's caves, they had no metalworking ability. That was kind of obvious.
He might have gotten it from a sea rat he killed.
Okay, I'll grant you that.
Yeah. Considering when we were reading Book 2 of Legend of Luke, they said that pretty much all the weapons they had came from all the sea rats that they tricked and killed, and they just kept all their stuff. So
that'd probably be the most likely source, because I don't know, but a full suit of armor would be a seriously expensive thing.
Well, I mean, not even economy, just time and material investment.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's expensive.
He outsourced.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Does Martin have a shield here? I didn't.
No, that's what I saw.
Look for that.
No, but what was interesting?
Where did that come?
What was interesting is that the Woodlanders supplied him with a scabbard for his sword, which he didn't have before, apparently, that fit his sword perfectly.
Yep. Huh. But so where did his shield come from? Because it's still
The shield that was in like one book and never was mentioned ever again.
Yes.
And Matt Mathias didn't even bother with it in Matameo. Yeah.
I'm going to go with Jake's forgot about it. Or just went, forget it. Whatever. Sword's more important.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, but it's kind of like, It
was actually just it was just like Martin's favorite dish tray, and when they found it, it had the M. They're like, oh, it's a shield.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
And then his enemies can say, he defeated me with a dish tray.
But we get to probably the most badass scene in his book, when Martin and the other leaders of Corim can basically walk right up to Castle Cotir and calls her out.
Yeah, just goes like, if you don't leave Mossflower, I will take this entire castle apart and bury you with it.
Yep.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, that was just awesome. But Sarmina's like, wait, all the leaders are here. There's a lot of squirrels in the trees pointing arrows at me.
Yeah, maybe not.
I also want to point out that, remind me that the last time Martin faced a major foe of evil, there was no quiet, deliberate relation where he's just like, hey, I'm giving you the chance to surrender. He just, as we're told, screaming like a wounded wolf, as I recall. He just went right after Badrang and fought on pure adrenaline.
Oh, he's grown up since
Blood Wrath, whatever. Yeah.
He's grown considerably.
Certainly.
Yeah.
And it's his level tone. I love how he, even just in a battle of words, he just undermines Sarmenia completely. So.
Yeah, when they reveal those squirrels pointing the arrows at her, he's like, fine, kill us. You'll die. And it'll be worth it.
That would have been faster.
Keep that in mind, because I'm going to take issue with some of his actions later.
Oh.
So. Yeah, basically he gets her Oh, we lost Katie. Alright, I'll give her a minute to come back. But, yeah, he gives her the offer, hey, you can leave, you get till sunset tonight and then we leave. Or, not we leave. You can leave till...
Then we get out of here!
Get out!
Someone else say it, because I'm
He's
tripping over my own words.
Sarmina and her forces. Landlord Martin had shown up and is like, yo, you gotta get out. I'm condemning this building.
You're like 6 months late on rent.
You've let the place flood. I mean, come on. I'm not going to get back that deposit, am I?
Wait, flood? What are you talking about? Nothing?
Nothing. Just dripping. Yes, lots and lots of dripping.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. And then and they lock the gates, essentially locking Sarmina and her forces in. And Sarmina's like, no, get them. And all of her forces are like, okay, all right, we'll get on that. And we get...
Oh,
go ahead.
Oh.
We're
too polite on this show.
Yep. So Martin tells his forces, we're just here to defend ourselves. Don't wholesale slaughter them.
Again.
Yeah.
This is probably different than last time we saw him fight a huge villain of evil.
Yep.
Because, pretty sure the Fern Freedom Fighters, was it? They killed everybody. Except Clog.
Yeah, Clog was the only one that lived, because he was hiding under, like, a wheelbarrow or something.
No Stoats here. Go away. oh, okay, guys, let's move on.
And in the fight, though, I did notice Brog isn't a coward. Like, he could have just sat in the back and been like, waved his brand new sword and swirled his new cloak and given the orders. But no, he rushes Martin on his own. Like, maybe granted, it might just be courage and stupidity, but still, he's not sitting back there trying to give orders. He's actually trying to take it to their leader. Doesn't go well for him, but,
And we also have the Salamander Strong Hairs, 6 of them, who are using pikes to poke at the vermin.
Yep.
Poke.
My stick is longer than yours. Poke, poke.
I shall poke you gently with my spear, and by that I mean kill you sharply.
Hey! Stop that!
That hurts.
Stop.
Hurry.
We also get a very humorous scene of Sarmenia ordering her archers to fire into the woods, and there's no one there.
Yeah.
This is where her insanity pops up again. Psychosis.
Yeah, it is. And, it's tactically smart they're making them waste their arrows. So.
Yeah. Well, and at least she's not like Badrang that just sees like a bunch of people approaching, doesn't get a good look, and go, quick, kill them, it's gotta be them! It's gotta be our enemies. And like, oh shoot, that was our soldiers.
Well, even if she had, there's no Vermin HR.
Yeah.
Ashleg is gone. Hey, gone!
Not my problem anymore. It sounds like that's not my problem.
So, what are your guys' theories?
To abuse my own troops now.
What's your guys' theories on where Ashleg ended up? I wrote into the description of the last episode, he's selling his wares on Vermin Etsy because I thought it was funny. Or is it Mossflower Prime?
Or Craigslist.
It would be Craigslist.
Ashleg's list.
Yeah, he names it after himself.
I don't remember which direction Ashleg went. Did it?
Very eastward, I think.
East. So that'd be toward.
Further into.
That'd be like toward Loamhedge, that direction.
Oh, I'm sure he had a fun time going that way.
He died of the plague.
Yep.
But yeah, I think he's probably set up shop somewhere and never has to worry about an eagle ever again.
And died
Hooray!
Actually, it would have been funny if he would have been traveling and like, I'm finally free of the eagle. What's that thing dropping out of the air that's clutching a dead fox? Oh my God!
Crunch. But yes, so Sarmenia sends her forces out with Brog in the lead, and Brog's like, I'm gonna challenge Martin. Why is he killing everybody who's going at him?
Huh, I see. Oh. I thought I had a sword. I'm just holding a handle.
Huh. Don't you hate when that happens?
Parlay?
And Martin just looks at him and goes, go back to your queen and tell her we won. And he's like, okay.
Boom.
Okay.
I like the two different perspectives from that fight. There was they went back to celebrate. The Woodlanders went back to celebrate, and Sarmenia was berating her own troops for their failure. Where was it?
And Martin also explains his rationale here, why he's not just slaughtering every Coder soldier he can find, like he would have done for Batarang. It's basically, hey, we can do this better. We just need to defeat them, demoralize them, kill only we have the ones we have to.
Yeah.
And there's eventually they're gonna desert, or they'll take care of the queen for us. Is kind of the implication I got.
Well, Martin looks at it as Sarmenia is the only one that they actually need to get rid, like to kill, because once she's gone, it's not like her soldiers are going to have any heart left to fight.
No.
At this point, the only thing really pushing them is fear of her, and even then, that's not a whole lot.
No, the last tactical smart officer she had was Bane, and well, we saw what happened to him.
He went to fly like an eagle.
Yeah. Let his spirit carry him.
Yep.
I actually had a little bit of fun imagining an alternate story.
Oh, yeah?
I don't want to go off on a huge tangent, but at this point, the troops are getting pretty sick of Sarmana. But what if it got to the point where they just didn't care? They realized that Sarmana really couldn't kill all of them. And if there were enough of them, they'd be able to kill her. And they end up basically almost killing her and giving her to the Woodlanders, hoping that they would be let go.
That would probably shake out exactly the way you say it. I think Martin would be smart enough to realize that without Sarmina in charge, that he'd be at least partially merciful enough to let them go. So.
I'd read that fanfic.
I'm thinking of actually writing some alternate endings to several of the books. One especially of interest would be Outcast of Redwall, but you guys haven't gotten to that yet, so.
No, we have not. Maybe where Luke doesn't go off and isn't a terrible father. So.
I don't think there's enough rewriting to make that a reality, but, you know.
Or where Grandma doesn't die a horrible death.
Again, there's not enough rewriting that could make that a reality. And also, at least at the moment when they actually, essentially, she is faced with mutiny, and a difference between her and especially her uncle, whose solution to mutiny is kill, 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 make an example, string them up, throw them out windows, things like that. She does threaten them, but she also says, like, well, where would you go? She instills the fear that if they try to leave, the Woodlanders would finish them off. And she's like, if you leave, you're not getting anything from here. And she tries to, she flat out lies to them and tries to boost their confidence by like, oh, there's no food shortage. Tomorrow you get all double rations, which at the moment it's not a lie because by the next day we know what happens to Koter. But
yeah,
we also have that rat Weg who does kind of speak up to her, and she's like, well, and she actually explains like things to him. She doesn't just go, well, I'm going to kill you and make an example out of you. That comes later.
Apparently it was her golden rule not to explain anything to her troops, which seems like the worst plan for any leader to have.
Well, granted, most of her troops were kind of, dumb as a mud fence and had the attention span of gnats, so... Some of them might have misunderstood bigger words like the.
You mentioned her uncle, and you funny that because we actually saw in that book a good portion of his troops did desert. Here she's only got one.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, he's selling his wares somewhere out in Mossflower. So. Or dying of the plague, whichever works better. Oh. So
Martin shows up at sunset and is like, hey, you heard me. What are you going to do? Sarmina's like, I'm going to take advantage of that worthless armor you're wearing and shoot you right in the hip on it by shooting
worthless armor.
Yeah.
Worthless.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Yeah. Seriously, like, she must be either she's a crack shot or that armor is just, like, got massive gaping holes in it.
We're told
that did a number on it, didn't it?
We're told that that he had actually reinforced that spot on his armor a little bit when they pulled the arrow out of him.
After she shot him, or before?
Before.
It's a worthless armor. He's
yeah.
got a sword made out of a meteor, but an armor made out of tinfoil.
Tinfoil.
No, I'm quoting here. Limbesto held the sling pouch where the arrow still sticking from it. It would have been a different story without the stone carrier. So essentially, he had put an extra level, a layer of stones inside of a pouch.
Well, that was just his sling pouch. I'm gonna go with it. It was just hanging there, and she just happened to shoot the right spot.
Oh.
It does not sound like he planned that.
Oh, I always read that he had reinforced the armor, but I could be wrong.
Shoot here.
Mm-hmm. She got a tactical advantage. She no longer has the sling pouch.
Yep. They should.
Martin, why are you mooning Tarsminia? She's not going to shoot me in the butt. She shot me in the butt.
My one weakness.
And given most of the artwork for this series shows that no one seems to wear armor below the waist.
Nobody seems to wear pants. Period.
Pants are for sissies.
Yeah. Well, in the cartoon, when Matthias wore Martin's armor, it had no greaves. It had no pants on it. It's like, yeah, okay. Like, Clooney literally could have just, cut at your legs, and, well, that was the end of that.
Yeah, Katie, we were just talking about the fact that Martin got shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes.
He took it like a champ.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Because even when he wakes back up, they're like, yeah, you need to stay down. No, I don't. Yes, you do.
He's like,
no, I don't.
I have to go break our ship.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was I the only one that wasn't torn up about the ship being sunk?
I really wasn't here.
What ship?
I didn't care at all.
I've read the story enough to know that they refloated at the end. Yeah, spoilers. So...
Which ship dies?
Oh, no.
Hey, I already called my Papa Abbott card on that
ship
joke.
Sinks?
Oh, it's hard. Sinker
But,
floats.
yeah, maybe I didn't absorb it as a kid, but I was like, why did you bother to sink it if you're just going to refloat it? Yep. And then reading as an adult, I'm like, oh, they dammed the river with it.
Yep.
Oh. Oh, okay. That makes more
sense. As they're damming the river, so I mean, it's like, damn the river!
Yep, I am.
Clever. I see what you did there.
Hey, Katie, was the song that Gaunt did for the ship? How did they play it in the audiobook?
It was sad. It was a sad song.
Oh. Aww.
Yes.
It's like that meme. Squidward's crying. He's like, "Wait, who put these onions here?"
Yes.
Exactly that.
And Martin is surprisingly attached to this ship.
Yeah, he's just like...
He, at one point...
In the audiobook, it's so funny, because he's just like, I can't bear to look at it anymore. It's like, oh, wow, dude.
I feel like all of the Orslaves would be cheering.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like this thing was...
Who knows how long?
It was a slave galley, a week ago.
Hey, why are they trying to burn it? Stop burning it!
My brother died in there.
So, what? Well, we'll come back to it, but I'm kind of curious what happens to the ship after it's all said and done. But we'll come back to that.
It goes to wherever Martin's shield is.
Mm. So, yeah, the river is dammed, and the entire River Moss is essentially flooding into where Kotur is. So... And even Formal and Old Denny were like, huh, that happened.
And feel it in their digging claws. By the way, stand on my tunnel is my new best saying. My new favorite saying. Stand on my tunnel.
It is a good one.
Moles say it all the time.
What else? So yeah, it goes into night, and they're like, "Oh, well, I'm sure nothing's going bad down there, right?" Hey guys, what's that water sound?
Huh? 2 guards drowned. Not good.
Those guards were how they couldn't have been coming in so fast.
I had the same question.
They were very
was
heavy
the door
sleepers.
locked?
Well, they were probably asleep on the job.
Yep.
Well, and keep in mind, too, that they might have been feeling, weak from hunger, and so maybe they were like, I'm sleeping. Oh, no, water. And then they were too fatigued to, That's the only thing I can think of.
Oh.
It was just an easier out than working for Sermina.
That went very dark. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, no, you've got a point.
Not water.
Yay, suicide jokes. Yay.
Oh, Redwall.
Darkest joke.
Moving on. So, and then they're like, hey, Sarminia, there's water coming in. You've got to think like, oh, there's got to be... Sarminia's like, ah, crap.
Water?
She takes it well. She takes it really well.
No,
Yeah, she murders Foul.
Yeah, and Kosher's swimming. So, yeah, I'm sure I'm sure this is going to have a good effect on the morale of the troops.
Yeah, but
Hey, can they swim?
Well, her troops are like, well, the mouse said he'd bring the castle down on us too, and she's like, it's just some water. Everything's going to be fine. Boom. What was that? And then another boulder hits the castle, and they're like,
Yeah, a ballista. No, a ballista it would be better described as this sniper rifle that Constance and the Beaver built in the original book. A ballista is like one of those giant arrow throwers in the medieval world.
Thank you, Wikipedia. Thank you, Wikipedia.
A trebuchet or catapult is that actually throw stones. So.
The more you know.
But no, it's a ballista. So. But yes, in the only time we actually see like actual medieval siege warfare, except maybe the siege tower in the first book, yeah, they're throwing stones at a solid building. And why wasn't this done against Salamandastron? Why didn't Clooney think of this against Redwall?
Well, Salamandastron is just like a big mountain. I don't know how much damage boulders getting thrown at it would do.
It's a big rock. Hit it with more rocks.
Keep throwing the pebble at the big boulder. It'll move eventually.
Also, I must skedaddle. My dog just got sprayed by a skunk, so I gotta grab some tomato juice.
Well, good luck with that.
Oh, good luck.
Oh, man.
Sorry, man.
It's about to rain, so...
Let me have a sniff.
Go take care of that.
Yep, bye.
Right. So yeah, the Woodlanders are throwing boulders at the castle, and it's falling apart. So
Yep, and Brog's like.
One thing about sandstone, it's kind of a weak of a weak stone.
Yes.
And I just love how pleased Denny was with his. He's like, "Look, I hit it! Whee!" He's so happy.
that made me laugh. Just oh joy, oh happiness, where to go?
Yes.
I think it took out half the troops. Yay!
Wait, what?
My gosh.
Not many of the troops actually get killed by the boulders.
No, I think most of them, if they don't drown, they pretty much survive this.
Yeah. This is one of the few stories where most of the villain troops survive.
Instead of a complete slaughter, yeah. But, meanwhile, Sarminia is handling this well. She assumes it's her traitor brother.
He's still alive. That weasel must have been a weasel. Oh, shoot, I shot one of my own men. Whatever, who cares?
Wait, you did what, milady? Nothing?
She's like, shut up, Frog. Just stand there and look stupid. That's what you've been best at. I'm going to rally the troops.
Dang it, we're on troops.
Yeah, she's like, you fool. You find another way out. I will go rally the troops. We will fight back. And Brog's like, but... oh, that boulder's getting close. Oh, maybe I should move.
And who else was thinking of a bad Titanic joke when we see Sarminia and Brog talking about it if the two of them can float on a table?
Well, now I am.
I've never seen Titanic, so...
Yeah, same.
Keep it that way. The technical issues of the technical parts of the movie that actually show the ship and the actual sinking are fine. The love story is stupid. Moving on. So yes, Brog is now squished. Sorry, Brog.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, literally.
Cotir is being devastated. Just one siege weapon is highly effective. It's a Woodlanders use siege weapon. It's super effective.
Oh no!
He used rock throw.
Like unbelievably effective.
Hey, Gingerbeer, we're probably destroying your old house right now. I hope there wasn't anything good in your room that you wanted to keep.
My Beanie Baby collection! No!
Well, I said this in the last episode, but it would have been cool to see Gingerbeer attend this as well. Just, kind of watch it be finished. And have that support from him as well.
Well, he's back on the farm taking care of the kids.
I know.
Yes.
Still would have been cool.
And
yep.
Yeah. And is this still his girlfriend, or is this his wife officially? I forget.
I don't know. I think they just refer to it as his mate.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever told.
That works too.
Yeah.
He's searching for the mate.
They see her, they say, "Good day, mate."
No.
Yes.
So, yeah, we back with Abbas Germain. She's talking with Columbine. It's like, oh, are those blueprints? Yes, I think I want to build an abbey, just like we had at Lomehedge, only better.
And I will call it Big Abbey. Might want to work on that name.
Abbey.
I shall call it Sandstone Abbey.
No, that doesn't roll off the tongue.
Sandwall. No, wait. Redstone Abbey.
I don't know.
Red Wall.
I certainly won't build it I certainly won't build it on the ruins of Castle Cotir then.
Yeah,
that will never come back to bite me ever.
Years later, definitely won't. Half of it definitely won't sink into the ground.
You'd think the moles, with all their knowledge, would have considered that.
They might have had the same mindset of a lot of people of, that's the next generation's problem. Who cares?
Well, yeah, maybe.
Thanks, baby boomers.
So yes, it's a beautiful dream, and but we don't want to miss this salad that Gingerbeer made. So, yeah, no, that's a thing. So, because Ferdy and Cogs are eating it, everything.
Well, little kids do eat a lot sometimes, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
We need a Brit on here to explain something, because I think it's just a British thing, but every time something serious happens or whatever, they're just like, let's drink tea, or let's act like it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or is that a British thing?
It may be.
It's a culture. I mean, we're all Americans, so I can't really comment. So.
Right.
Anyway, moving on. So the Cotir soldiers start floating to shore, and in this massive lake that is the River Moss. So, and Skipper and the Hares are keeping them contained. Yeah. So, and the Hares' dialogue is still hilarious.
Oh my goodness, I love it so much.
It's like someone zapped Basil through a copier.
You wet weasel? Oh, that's a stoat. Oh. You soaked stoat. Don't you mean saturated stoat? Oh, yes, of course.
Wait, where are you going? I'm drowning myself. I don't want to hear this.
I got a rat now. Yeah. Rancid, but that doesn't mean wet.
He does look pretty rancid, though.
Yeah.
So he does.
So, Terminus forces are like, we got to put up with this, don't we? Now we got to put up with these guys insulting us.
And all the actors that played all of the Hares are fantastic. So it's just like back and forth really fast. It's just really funny.
But yeah, we're also told that the fight is pretty much out of them. They're like, no, well, there goes our house. So yeah.
Martin is like,
but the Woodlanders are.
Go ahead.
We're very polite here.
Canadian standoff.
Martin's like, Martin just goes like, my warrior sense is tingling. He's like sneaks off.
I must go.
I have to go now.
Oh.
My Mossflower
Doesn't tell anyone.
Yeah, this is where I wanted to call out. Martin, this is stupid. You're going to fight Sarminia alone. Okay, fine, whatever. You kind of did that with Bandrang, and I kind of get you don't want to bring anybody else, because after what happened the last time, we don't need to repeat it. But this is stupid. The kind of theme here is that we know if Sarminia is dead, the war is won, because the rest of the soldiers aren't really going to put much of a fight. So I'm actually saying, no, it would have been smarter just to have Lady Amber shoot her full of arrows with all the squirrels.
I think it's one of those things. Martin felt it was his duty to do this himself. And again, it's not involve other people, and he wants, like, the decisive victory.
Fair enough. Although, if I were writing this, I would have made him even more snarky. Like, have him sitting on the side of the beach fishing, like, oh, hey!
Nice day for fishing, isn't it? Oh, look, we caught some of your soldiers.
So, yeah. And then he outright insults her, though. It's cold. Yes.
Ruler.
You're queen of an underwater fortress, rule of the fishes. You are scum floating offshore on a kitchen table, nothing more. And,
would you like some ointment for that?
Battle mode activate. Battle mode activate.
Yep.
Yeah. Insert your video game boss music here, because...
Oh, I was listening to Duel of the Fates, actually, when I was reading this.
This is one of the few scenes in this whole series that actually gave me shivers reading the description of this fight. It was probably one of the most brutal fights.
Yeah, it was.
The description was probably the most brutal of any of them. And
Martin is fighting with full armor. I was going to say, Martin is fighting with full armor plate and a sword, and he's facing Sarminia in her regular clothes and claws.
To be fair, his armor doesn't last very long.
No. Oh God, no, it doesn't.
No.
But this is kind of a rarity in the series where we have anyone fighting unarmed, so to speak.
Yeah,
although it was implied earlier with Skipper versus what's his name, Clud.
Yeah.
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 They went primal there.
Yep.
Okay, I'm back now. Sorry, I had to chase my dog all over the house because she grabbed a napkin and ran. I'm back now.
Hooray! But yes, so Sarminia and Martin they duel it out, and Martin stabs her a bunch, and she claws him a bunch.
Yeah, and it's just like he falls down and then gets back up, and then he falls down and she's like, aha, you're dead now, and he jumps back up.
I'm okay.
Yep.
I'm still standing.
Yeah.
I love the line. Here was a warrior that would not lie down and die.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Why am I lying down?
Well, he might be lying down, but he doesn't die, so he's not lying down and dying.
Oh. And he doesn't, and because spoilers, yes, we know he doesn't die, because we saw his tomb in Redwall. And then, he basically just, there's one part where she tosses him in the water, and he just stands up, and he's just covered in mud, like out of mud and blood.
Mud, blood, and water.
Out of Predator, and he's just still coming at her.
Yep.
And Sarminia has the bright idea of, I'm going to retreat into the lake.
Yep. I like it, though, because she has finally lost it now, where she's backing away, and in her vision, she sees him getting larger and larger and scarier, and he's just standing there watching her as she just backs into the lake and eventually drowns.
Yeah.
Blub, blub, blub.
Yep.
So, and Martin's just like, I'm okay. Womp. I'm not okay. And he's kind of sitting on the lakeshore dying by himself.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
and I gotta
sure
say,
he'll be fine.
When Gomp finds him in the audiobook, the actor that plays Gomp did such a good job of just being devastated.
With the wounds that it described that he certainly looked like he was dead.
Yeah, so
it's not the first time Martin's taken wounds to the point of being in a coma.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, I had a unique experience with this part of the book. When I was originally reading this way back, I think I was in junior high. Yeah, I was in junior high school at the time. A friend of mine who had already read all the books that had released at the time told me that Martin died at the end of this book. And I had not read Redwall, because on the cover of the version of the book I got, it said the triumphant prequel to Redwall. So I'm like, okay, I'll read Mossflower and then Redwall. So I didn't know that he survived this battle, according to the lore, in Redwall. And so when I got to this part, I was straight up in tears as a little kid. And
yeah.
I thought he was going to die. And even when they said he was still breathing, I'm like, oh no, it's over. And then when he woke up, I was like, what? And
surprise!
Yeah, I was so angry at my friend. Like the next time I talked to him, I was like, you. Sorry, bleep me.
I'm gonna have to bleep that.
Bleep that.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, you told me he died. He's like, yeah, I was just kidding. Oh, kids are mean sometimes.
They are.
I'm still friends with him, by the way. But all these years later. Oh, God. But, yeah, so that was my experience with this part of the book.
Wow.
Yeah.
But before we get to see if Martin actually dies or not, we basically say Bella the Badger Princess is like, hey, we're letting you go, but you gotta promise never to come back to Mossflower or wield a weapon again, or we will kill you. And some of you may take off on a motorcycle.
And now I just picture Bella on a motorcycle.
I didn't know you guys could hear that.
It was pretty clear, actually.
It's not even that loud. It wasn't even that loud.
Your microphone must be really good then.
Yeah. Now I'm picturing Bella the biker badger, just like on a motorcycle.
Just tearing through the forest.
Look,
yeah.
Look, we don't want to talk.
Ripping it up on a chopper.
Look, Bella had some wild younger days. We don't want to talk too much about it, but hey, it happened. So.
I need to draw that now. I need to.
She had to beat Barkstripe somehow.
She was part of the biker group Dark Forest's Angels.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Oh my god. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh yeah. Hey guys, what happened to Martin? Oh.
They're like, he's still alive, and Tim Ballisto was like, no, he's totally dead. They're like, no, he's alive. You can save him, right? All right, everyone calm down. Tim Ballisto is hysterical. Tim Ballisto was me during this part of the book. He's just hysterical.
To be fair, this is his best friend from childhood that they kind of hated each other too.
Yeah, I don't think that part was developed yet. Like, Jake was like, oh, they love each other, and then in Legend of Luke's like, well, actually, maybe they kind of hated each other.
So, but it's like he's, as far as Tim knows, this is the last person from his original village. So yeah, and he just got him back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that part where the book says like they were separated for so long and then they were reunited only for Martin to die. I was like, oh. Again, when I first read this, like that tore me apart.
Oh man.
Panic's a hell of a drug.
Hey, Bella, quick! Grab your motorcycle. We need you to go get Abs Germain.
I was like, I don't need a motorcycle. I can run.
Yeah.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Is she running on 2 or 4 paws here?
It seems like here that she is running on 4.
Yeah, well, let's get into this. How anthropomorphic are they? Yeah, how anthropomorphic are they in this last part of the book? Because this actually kind of Goes back and forth. I actually wrote notes on this. Brog and Martin's fight, there's some definite feral instances, because Brog actually, he's actually fighting on all fours at one point. Like,
he lands on all fours. Where is it? He lands on all fours and then he rushes them.
Yeah. Bella also implies feral, because we see her run through the forest, and when she actually gets to Gingerbeer's farm, she's panting and, like, oh god, I'm okay, guys.
I'm okay.
I just need some water. Well, crap. But meanwhile, chapter 48 and shows Herminia as pretty anthropomorphic. The cover art, where it's literally her looking at the camera. So.
Staring into your soul.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So yeah.
I
and
can
then,
see your
yes.
soul.
Go home. This isn't about you. So yeah, Bella gets all the way to Gingerbeer's, and she's just like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I just need some water. And get some ropes to tie the abyss to my back.
She doesn't go flying off. She's like frothing at the mouth too. Like, jeez.
She's not a young badger anymore either.
No.
So.
And she still outlives every single character in the book.
Oh my god.
It's true.
So yes, she eventually gets her second wind and recovers a bit, and it takes the abyss all the way back. So.
Yep.
And
then
and the abyss is like, I have come to heal you. No, she's not the medic.
she goes over to him, and she's like, he's only mostly dead.
Big difference.
Okay, who wants to go through his pockets for loose change?
I was going to make that
Liar!
But yeah, beat me to it.
See what reason he has to live.
Nice MLP when the mutton is nice and lean and the tomato is fresh. Oh, it's so perky.
Well, you guys already conquered the castle, so yeah.
Have fun breaking the castle.
Oh, you did.
Think it'll work? It'll take Timberlist though. Bye.
Oh, but yes, and so yeah, and she starts patching him up. Fortunately, Martin has her on her as HMO. So
she's like, "Do you have a copay?" And Martin wakes up as like a party is going on. They're all like, "Yay, we won! We're partying for however long it's been that he's been out." Like, geez, you guys
20 days
for a while.
We're told a score of days, so 20.
So over almost 3 weeks later, they're like, "Yay, we're still partying!" It's like, guys, should we get to rebuilding? Yay!
I don't think they started partying like right after, because they'd need to. There were a few people who had been injured in the fight.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that they've just been doing like frat parties all like the last 3 weeks. They got a cake from the squirrels and Martin the Warrior.
Well, we do see Columbine trying to open the strawberry wine, and she's incapable of doing so, so something must be wrong with fine motor skills.
Like, help me open this bottle. I'm going to drink it.
So why?
Well, about that. Go ahead.
I don't remember our marriage.
Yeah. Why didn't they wait for Martin to wake up to get married? Like, why did they just go ahead and do it? Like, we gotta get married now.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I mean, there could be maybe a life is short thing, but you won. I mean,
yeah.
Talk about your whirlwind marriage here.
Yeah. By the way, Martin, you were the best man. I mean, you
I was?
You totally witnessed
How did I
it
miss
by lying
this?
there and drooling on the floor.
had him propped up.
Oh man.
They're like, Martin, give him the ring, and like they just have like puppet strings on his hands. So he's handing him the ring.
Puppeteering. Oh,
Puppeteering Martin.
Yeah. Wait. So yeah, I totally got married to Columbine. Yay! And she's gonna make me give up on being a thief. Yeah.
Good luck.
Sure.
And now they said they're going to be living at St. Ninian's, which we then find out in the next book is probably not true, but yeah.
It was too much work.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Well, I mean, if we're talking practical here, between Brockhall and St. Ninian's until Redwall is finished, yeah. Oh yeah, and we're building Redwall, guys. We totally refloated the ship you sank, and it's going to be used as a cargo barge.
Yep.
And we don't have to worry about a snake going into the quarry, huh? Right?
Yeah, we're going to go to this quarry, and after we mine it, it'll never be a problem ever again. We bet no tons and tons of snakes won't take up residence there. And then Martin falls asleep, and we get to the first of two epilogues, and we find out that Bella was telling this story to Gonf's grandson.
That'd be Gump the Third.
Yep. And
So
I like
this-
how...
And Golf
Oh, go ahead.
the Second is like, hey,
Gonf.
that's mine.
Son of Gonf.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
And makes me think of Klingons. I am Worf, son of Moog. I am Gonf, son of Gonf.
That's my kid Golf. And Bella's just like, okay, the next one I'm naming.
Yeah, it's like, this is getting confusing now.
Yes. His
And we're
descendant is Dandin, so they did change the name eventually.
Well, we're told that also Martin eventually made the vow to hang up the sword and become a Redwall mouse. Yay.
Yep.
That was the feast when the main gate was raised.
Yep. And then the second epilogue, where this mysterious badger is showing up at Salamandastron.
Huh.
And his name is Sunflash.
Sunflash.
And he's carrying a big honking stick.
And we have Starbuck and Breeze to greet him. I'm curious if Starbuck gets him some coffee.
As he rides up on his motorcycle.
Hi, Mom. I'm going to Salamandastron.
Hey, that's my chopper!
Not anymore.
Thanks to the road outside my house, this is now a thing.
Yep. Good job.
We have said it must be canon.
Congratulations.
So yeah, we have Sunflash, and he's like, "Oh, that's a nice mountain. Give it."
Yeah.
This is mine.
I need it now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, he doesn't do it. And funny thing is, this epilogue chapter will be totally copied word for word later in a later book.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's a little less writing for him to have to do.
Yeah. So yeah, that is Mossflower. It's over.
Oh, very short
It was
book.
a legitimate yawn, actually.
No more strawberry wine for you.
Oh, I don't even drink. I'm tired. I am exhausted. I walked to and from work, and I had to do like about an hour of overtime because stuff didn't work properly. I'm very tired today.
Oh, hi. Yeah. So, yay, we did it.
We did it.
That still ended up being an hour long.
Just under, actually.
Yep. Shorter than the last one.
Well, the last one was 2, so
That's like
I don't know. What do you guys think of this book? Taken all together.
Oh, altogether. Okay. I don't know. I think Sarmina is an interesting villain. I mean, by interesting, I mean kind of crazy, but also, like, it was nice to have a female villain because there's not many of them.
No, there really isn't. So, short of... I mean, there's going to be a couple of them, and, you can hear them, they're coming in and out of the doors there. But for the most part, there's very few singular female villains. Usually they're either part of a group, or, like in Bellmaker, they're part of a slap, slap, slap couple.
Yes.
And they're going to be so much fun when we get to. So, but rarely is there a singular female villain. So, I'd actually argue we have more singular female heroes here. So. Overall, this book is not my favorite, but it's fine. I mean, it's those first two sections are endurance rounds, to be fair. And this is only the second book published, so yes, he was definitely still finding his rules and pattern yet. But no, it's not bad. I think
having to marathon read, or essentially having to read the chunks, like the first two chunks, and then go over it in the podcast was definitely tiring. But I still really like this one. I remember back in the day, this was like my second or third favorite in the series. I really liked this one.
This is still my favorite.
Yeah, and I like we have one of my favorite moments in the series comes from this book, which was Martin giving Sarmina that huge ultimatum.
Is someone talking?
Yeah. No.
It almost sounds like someone's speaking computer. It's just this massive amount of static.
Bleep bloop.
Bleep bloop. Yep.
So, this one is still my favorite book out of the whole series. I like the origin of his sword. It really shows the character of Martin the Warrior, I think, a little bit better than the book Martin the Warrior, because he's grown up over his experiences, and I really like this book. The villain, the whole environment of Mossflower before Redwall. It's got a very different feel than the other books, a little bit more medieval, so to speak, and I really appreciate it.
I do like Gaunt. Gaunt is awesome.
Yeah. Given, again, we said this last time, but he's essentially the author avatar. This was supposed to be Jake's representing himself in his younger years, and if that's the case, dang, he must have been a fun kid.
Yeah.
Because I saw him at a book signing, like, back in 98, like, right when Moral Fox came out. And he was so much fun just to sit and listen to. He wasn't just a good writer, he was a good raconteur with telling stories. Mm-hmm. To the point that the joke I still remember to hit best this day is that when he was talking about when Moral Fox was going to come out, United Kingdom is going to come out on this such and such a date. But for the colonies, it's going to come out 3 months later. How dare you throw our tea in Boston Harbor? Yeah. And he was totally committed to that little bit of acting. Like, he genuinely got mad for that little moment. And then just had the biggest grin on his face the next second. And of course, we all laughed.
You can still find some of those around.
Yeah, I have one, actually. I got it on Audible. Yeah, but it's really cool just listening to him talk and telling stories about his childhood and people that he's met. Yeah, he just seems like a really neat guy.
I don't know if you guys are aware, but on the Redwall Wiki, Lord TBT, I believe that's his name, he was saying that they compiled a bunch of the recordings and little extras from the TV show, compiled them all together into one big thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
or at least it's a collection of links to be able to find them. So
Cool.
I wonder if we get popular enough to list us on the Redwall Wiki. So
we can dream.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So yay, that wraps up Mossflower. So I'm very happy. Next, we have to go all the way. We have to go back to Legend of Luke. Morty.
Legend of Luke, Book 1.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're gonna find out what happened when Redwall was being built. Did Martin ever care about his father ever again?
find out next time.
Tune in.
Same time,
Anyway,
same station.
Anyway, I'm Pete.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Katie.
I'm Scars.
And Drew had to leave early.
And are we going to talk
What?
about social media stuff?
Oh, yes, I'll take it because Jeremy would pass out if he tries it again. So, if you're looking for us out there on the Wild Wild Web, you can find us at recorderonthewall.com is our native home site. We are on iTunes podcast listings as well as Google Play podcasts. We are active on the Redwall forums as well as the Redwall subreddit, Eulalia. And we also have both a feedback email of rotwpod@gmail.com, and funny enough, that's also our Twitter handle, rotwpod. I've really been trying to engage the greater community on there, and I've actually talked to a few cool people that way.
Yeah, we're very active on Twitter. Cool.
Yes. Well, that's what I do in my lunch break.
Fun.
Yeah.
I think I sent out one tweet after I figured out how the thing worked.
Yeah, Jeremy has not been the biggest fan of social media ever since it came out, and I actually respect that.
Yep.
So, anyway, signing off, I'm Pete.
I'm Katie.
Jeremy.
I'm Scars.
And I'm Drew. Not really. So, he'll be back next time. And folks, we'll see you when we come around again.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.